Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. A reminder of our main stories. President Goodluck Jonathan seeks extension of emergency rule in the Northeast by 6 months. 54 girls identified by parents of the abducted Chibok students. Mother of a Nigerian student murdered in Dubai alleges foul play and demands justice. And Ukraine prepares for its crucial presidential election holding on May the 25th. Well, all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device. Swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. The House of Representatives is considering a bill seeking to establish a national child protection and enforcement agency to oversee the implementation of the Child Rights Act. The sponsor of the bill, which passed second reading, raised concerns on the floor of the House over the recent spate of abuse, violation, and cruelty meted out to children, especially with the rise in insurgency and other forms of violent crimes in the country. Lawmakers in support of the motion are confident that the bill, if passed into law, will empower the agency to tackle the rehabilitation of children and victims of child and drug abuse and regulate and monitor the activities of any organization running children's homes.
Mr. Speaker, it's a known fact that abuse of all forms is on the increase in this country. Children are victims of abuse every day, and we've seen lately that even terrorists have now chosen to use children as targets, as spoils of war. And they've made them human shields, and now they're using them for all sorts of atrocities. This bill seeks to prevent the exposure of children from all forms of abuse, physical or psychological, by ensuring that there's an agency that's responsible for coordinating all the activities of violations of the human rights of children.
A grieving mother is alleging foul play in the murder of her son, Oloruntoba Tyler Falode, a 19-year-old student in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. And this is contrary to the report of the Dubai police, which recorded that the boy fell off the balcony of his 17th floor apartment in Manchester Towers, Dubai Marina. Mrs. Aisha Falode, a seasoned sports journalist, told newsmen today in Lagos that her teenage son was actually thrown to his death by an Arab national, Faisal al-Nasser, following an argument.
For Toba Falode, it must have been a pretty long fall from this awesome height off the balcony of the 17th floor apartment of Manchester Towers, Dubai Marina, on February the 15th this year. He stood no chance when he crashed onto the sidewalk. He died instantly.
That's a very big height.
Family and friends of this promising young man assembled this press conference to tell the sad story. First, it's the version offered by the Dubai police.
The summary of the police report is as follows. That close to the time of the accident, Toba was on the balcony of his flat with his alleged girlfriend. That Toba was sitting on the railing of his balcony with his feet off the floor and was swinging in this position backward and forward. That his girlfriend was still there with him and was warning him to be careful. That she later went inside the flat, and shortly after, they all noticed that Toba was no longer sitting on the railings of the balcony and must have fallen down from the balcony railings.
But considering that Toba's body was found about 15 feet away from the building and so many inconsistencies in the police report, His mother, Aisha Falode, a leading journalist, took it upon herself to get to the truth.
We traveled to Dubai in April and met with some of my son's friends who were present in the apartment on that fateful day. The summary of the accounts of these friends were totally different from what the police report indicated, and it revealed a weak attempt by the authorities in Dubai to hide facts that pointed to the fact that my poor son was murdered.
Human rights activists have also taken up the call for the Nigerian government to live up to its responsibility and ensure that the vicious death of one of its citizens under questionable circumstances is not handled with levity.
We suspect fraud in the tense reports. The Dubai police gist of the incident has many holes and raises many questions that warrant investigation.
Some students had died, unfortunately, before my son. And if we do not share this information about Dubai, about the dark side to Dubai, other parents may also fall victims to the trap of Dubai.
It does appear there's a conspiracy leading to a cover-up of the brutal killing of the young Nigerian.
The shame about all of this is the inability or the refusal of the Dubai police to do anything, and even on the part of the Nigerian government to take this matter up. One of the witnesses who we spoke with in Dubai was very clear as to the squabble that happened on that balcony. He saw it himself.
As the mother, sister and friends of the late Toba Falode, also known as Tyler Frey, come to terms with their grief, they're asking that justice must be done. Young Nigerians in search of the proverbial golden fleece abroad have been victims of unsolved and unresolved murders in various parts of the world. The death of Tyler Toba Falode may just be one murder too many. It has happened several times before, from Cyprus to Greece to South Africa to Ghana. So many young Nigerians dying under mysterious circumstances and nothing coming out of it. But this time around, it is being brought to the fore, and it is hoped that the Nigerian government will step forward and speak for its own. And like they said, justice delayed is justice denied. Let's just hope that justice for this young man will not be delayed and ultimately not denied. Charles Eruka for Channels Television News.
The Delta State Police Command has identified capacity building as a major requirement that would help improve the performance of officers and men of the command. The officers who gathered in Asaba, the state capital, were told that there is no better time than now to improve their skills to match the activities of criminals in the state.
Investigations are the thrust in getting the truth in the prosecution of criminal cases. The need to embrace modern techniques of investigations is the reason these officers are gathered here. It is a workshop for police officers in Asaba, the capital of Delta State, and the aim is to equip these officers with modern techniques of investigations. The 3-day training is titled Capacity Building to Enhance Efficiency and Effectiveness in Criminal Investigation and Prosecution.
Well, apart from intelligence gathering, which is the key crime prevention, investigation of also cases in the second factor when it comes to crime prevention.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police AIG Zone 5, Mr. Hashim Agungu, has his mindset on what he wants changed in the force, especially as it relates to investigation and prosecution of suspects in criminal cases.
Police and an institution is the creations of law, and all our actions from the beginning up and end is covered by the law. We go outside the law, that's the end of the case.
The human resource building. If any organization that toys with training, we'll go underground. That is
a good investigation is 80% of a won case. And a case is not lost or won in court. A case is won or lost in the office. So for either the investigation police room, if they do proper investigation, they get the necessary facts. Of course, prosecution in court is just 20%.
The 200 participants chosen for this workshop will definitely see things differently after the process. But in the end, the objective of the workshop is to bring sanity into the investigation and prosecution process in the Nigerian police force.
A Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja has rejected a bail application filed by a former Lagos socialite, Fred Ajudua, who is being prosecuted for allegedly defrauding a former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ishaya Bamai, of $5.9 million. Trial judge, Justice Oluwatoyin Ipaye, dismissed the bail application for lack of merit. In her ruling on the application, Justice Ipaye held that though the evidence before the court showed that Mr. Ajudua was suffering from complicated ailments as a result of having a solitary kidney, that factor alone did not entitle him to bail. She said Ajudua's antecedents in a separate criminal matter before another Lagos State High Court revealed that he not only jumped bail, but also allegedly interfered with the prosecution's witness. In the light of his antecedents and the gravity of the charge, the judge held that the chances of him absconding and jumping bail, if granted, were quite high. After dismissing the bail application, the court adjourned till June the 30th for commencement of trial. When the news at 10 returns, Nigeria's external reserve reduces by 0.48% to $37.95 billion. That's on Business News. Do join us again.